Well, there's been a lot of water passed under the bridge since I last interviewed my next guest, but it's always a pleasure to catch up with Darren Elder. Well, Darren, great to catch up with you once again. Back to those golden days at Harold Park when we used to have a regular chat on Sky.
Yeah, it's been a while, but they were good days.
What's your best memories of Harold Park?
Probably the big crowds and the competitive racing. You know, it was more tactical then. I think that was the best part.
Now, you've been certainly a survivor over the past 40 years or so, Darren, and you came up in a very tough school, that Newcastle area.
Oh, in Newcastle, I think we had probably a really, really good pool of drivers up there. And when I grew up, everyone's idol was old Dickie Osborne, and he was a great driver. And then we had Ray Ellis, and in the more recent times, Jason Proctor and Mick Famous and Mark Callaghan. They're all great drivers, and they still are today, really.
Yeah, good to see Mark still training plenty of winners, and his son Jack, well, he's just gone along and leaps and bounds, and Michael's also on a regular basis in the winner's circle.
Yeah, he is, and Mick's about to do the same thing with his daughter Chloe taking up the reins, and it's good. Like when Brad started, I took a step back and threw him out there, and he's a far better driver than I ever was, and I love watching him drive.
Well, Darren, you're a third-generation trainer driver, following in the footsteps of your grandfather, also your father, Brian.
Yeah, and my two brothers, they both were licence holders at the same time. Brian, and he moved into the mines full-time, so he gave the game away, and Mick plays around with the odd one here and there, but he doesn't drive. He just lets us do it all.
Back in those days at Newcastle with your father, Brian, how many horses did you have at work in those days?
Dad only normally had one or two horses, and when we were growing up, but we never missed a meeting. You were there for the first, you went home after the last, and we went to all the shows, and the show racing was a big circuit up there at the time, and they were really, really good days, and that's where I done my school and was chasing slow horses around the shows.
What about now, Darren? How many horses do you have in your team?
I think between myself and Mel's got 3 there, and her boyfriend Joe Tafey has 1, and there's probably about 16, 17 horses on the property at the moment in work, which is pretty good.
You've never been short of having a good horse in your stable. More recently, Shannon's a Blast did wonderful things for you, and also you must have been very proud of the fact that he made that WA into Dominion.
Oh yeah, well, we were only reserve when we left home, and we got the call halfway down that we'd got a run, and that was a career highlight for me. He was just a great horse. He was a great horse.
He finished his career with 36 wins and 64 placings from 195 starts for over $433,000 in prize money. But it was your wife, Nicole, that really deserves a lot of the credit for that horse being in your stable.
Oh, all of it. She was the one that said, there's a horse raced at Bathurst, and he was a nice horse, and we spoke to Peter Bullock, and they decided to send him up, and he'd be a good horse to chase around Newcastle, and he just got better, and he got better, and then when he started racing here, he just went to another level.
Horses like Bright Energy and also Shannon's the Man, which is going around at Club and Angle tonight, but also a horse by the name of Second Dollar must really bring a smile to your face.
Yeah, look, she was a really good horse. The gardener sent it to Dad, and they sent a lot of horses to him over the years before they passed, and she won a couple of 100,000 and won the Oaks, and in Tasmania won the Sires, and Gavin Lang won the Sires final honour because I had my own horse in the final at the time, and that was it was good for me Dad. He got his Group 1, and that was real good.
And no doubt you and your wife Nicole are very proud of the way Brad and Melanie have followed in your footsteps.
Yeah, Brad. I think he's a real good little driver, and Mel, she's doing a really good job with the horses she has, and she really looks after them. She goes a little bit above and beyond for them, and she's starting to get the results.
One thing we know about Brad, he's a very tough customer, no doubt following in Dad's footsteps in that regard.
Oh yeah, he knows how to fall out the cart. He's had too many of them already, I think.
Yeah, he had a horse go around at Tuncurry today, the Gallops, as an owner.
Yeah, he had one and just got beat, and we met him at Beresfield there. He got out of one car, jumped into our car, and he's off here and tonight, and now he's in Armidale tomorrow, so he's doing a few Ks.
Now, at one particular stage of your training career, Darren, you had a lot of horses in your stable that were greys. How did that come about?
Dad was training for Barry Rose at the time, and he stood Flight Lag and Wilgo's Crosby, which wasn't much of a stallion, but Flight Lag was a pretty good little local stallion. He got a lot of winners up our way, and we had I think we had about 8 at one stage in there, but Lagarific was by far, he was the pick of them. Yeah,
it was always exciting to see those greys go around.
Yeah, well it was, and when Lagarific came, he was fast from the get-go, and and he was a half brother to Scottish Hare with Dad's horse that rung 3rd in the Derby, and won about 4 size stakes, and so that gave Dad another kick along. He was a great little horse.
As I said, it's been many a decade it's gone past since we last had a chat as far as on camera is concerned. Darren, and you mentioned all those greys. I think we could throw you in that Lombo pocket watch section now.
Yeah, I'm getting that way, I think. That's what kids do to you.
Do you miss the driving?
Oh, look, I thought I'd miss it when I decided to step back out of it a little bit when Brad started and when he got a Metro, and I thought, oh, he's better than I ever was. But no, I'd rather watch him than... I don't mind going out there, but I prefer to watch Brad do it.
Is it a younger man's sport these days?
Yeah, I think it is. Have a look at right now, like Luke and, and Todd before he went to the States, and now Jack and even Jack Callaghan, he's going good. And up our way, you got Brad, Dan, the younger boys. I think they get a lot of opportunities with the claim, and I think that's making them drivers that they are today.
And of course, Darren, over the past 25 years or so, maybe even less, the ladies that have come through the sport have just added so much to harness racing.
Oh, yeah, and, I think the horses just travel for them, they probably win 40% of the races today. In Victoria, Kerry Manuel, she's a great driver. I think she's one of the best.
Yeah, record certainly would suggest that, Darren. Well, it's been great catching up with you. Good luck with both Brad and Melly with their careers, and no doubt they're in very good hands with Dad watching over them.
Yeah, no, and thanks for having us.